Hey guys, today we're going to be repotting some of our plants. So I imagine a lot of you have a situation that looks a lot like this. Look at that jumble of roots. I bet you can imagine that that's not very helpful for them. They're getting all tangled up down there. Also, there's a limited amount of nutrients that they can pull from the soil when there get to be so many root systems in there. So while this is an amazing way to look at the roots and you've gotten to see that process, this is not a healthy way to take care of our plants long term. So I've found some different things. I have a yogurt container, some takeout containers, and a juice bottle that I cut off the top. A soda bottle or a large water bottle could work well for this too. You can cut holes or slits. I meant to cut holes, but it kind of cracked the bottom for drainage. But if you do that, make sure that you talk to a grown-up about a good place to put those so that you're not leaking dirty water on any surfaces in your house. Maybe put a plate or an old towel underneath it, or keep it on a porch like we're going to do. And if you're not able to, some plastic is too hard for that. So like in this one, I've put some rocks in the bottom that I happen to have. And if you have rocks, that's good too. And then when you put the soil on top of it, the water drains down into the rocks and it doesn't keep the dirt too soggy for the plants. So I've got my lima here, nice big leaves, and there's the cotyledon stored food still hanging out on the stem. This is my mung bean. The leaves on the mung beans look like that, and they're a lot vinier than the lima beans are so far. And these with the little fringy leaves are chickpeas. And as you can see, they're all growing really nicely right now. But they're going to need a change of home to continue to be healthy. So I've got some soil that I found in the yard. I've got a quick little video on how to tell if soil is healthy and where to get it from with a grown-up's permission. But the main thing to remember is that you want it to be nice and dark. Nice dark soil has lots of nutrients. Light colored soil is not as healthy for your plants. And you want it to be damp to the touch. Sometimes you have to rehydrate it a little bit, but see how it's damp but not wet. You can't see it being too wet. So I'm going to start repotting these guys and then show you a little bit more in a minute. Just wanted to update you guys. So here's a chickpea in his own little home, and there's a mung bean in his own little home. The lima from that group is not doing the best. It's got a bit of a taproot here. I'm actually going to replant this in something smaller in a minute here, and I wanted to show you guys here they've got kind of a tangle of a root ball, right? You can very gently kind of separate that out. You don't want to pull on it. Just kind of let it naturally kind of shake out if it's able to, because if you break off the roots for any of your plants, you're going to harm them. So I'm gently going to do that. I'm going to need both hands, so I'll check back in a minute. So here are the roots gently separated from those 3 different plants that were all kind of tangled in that cup. I think I did a pretty good job of sorting them out so that they were not harmed. This is my lima bean. Look at that nice thick vine going down there, and then all the little fringy roots coming down. They've grown really long and spindly. They were trying to find other sources of nutrients away from the other roots because they'll compete. There's the end of my mung bean. And look, this is cool, I think. The chickpea, you notice we saw the mung bean grow up on the vine and then kind of be absorbed, and that's what's happening with the lima. The chickpea has stayed down here towards the bottom, towards the roots, and I bet that's happened in a lot of yours as well, but you're not seeing it rising up on the top of the vines. And so I'm going to plant these guys in some soil and get them nice and healthy and grow. Okay, and one more thing that you guys might want to do. Notice that a lot of these beans are vines, and as they get larger, they're going to kind of droop over, right? To keep that from happening, find yourself some nice sticks in the yard, nice little thin sticks. Push it down gently to avoid uprooting your roots, disrupting your roots. And then you can kind of tie it on there with a twist tie or a piece of yarn or string or whatever you might have at your house, so that then it will grow up on the stick. And you'll probably find that you'll need to add new resources to keep that vine growing up taller and healthier as it grows, but that will help it stay steadily growing towards the light where it will be the strongest and healthiest.